What roles have the highest impact in 2026? If you want to climb and you want to feel like you make the biggest difference in your games, these are the roles to play and to avoid. First up, the lowest impact role is still attack damage carry. While you still have incredible agency mid to late game, and you can definitely climb with this role, you do lack a lot of early game agency and you have to play around your team. It's not necessarily a bad thing because of how much late game agency you have, but for a lot of games, you kind of have to adapt to the circumstances around you, and there will be games, unfortunately, where your support, your jungle, and your mid laner are just kind of gapped, and you can't really 1v9, and that's the nature of the role. Up next, for most elos, it's going to be support. If you're in high elo, I think support's actually second, but I think if you're diamond and below, support's still a very high impact role. You can definitely climb on support, but you aren't a carry, so you're explicitly not going to be able to kill the enemy champions on the enemy team most of the time. You just help your team carry by setting up vision, helping lanes out. It's still a lot of impact, especially early game, but you can't decide mid to late game fights. It's kind of the opposite of ADC in that way. Quick reminder to follow, love you, mwah. Up next, I'm going to go with top lane. Top lane has a ton of impact if you get ahead, but the matchups that are bad are really bad. So let's say you're minimizing a bad matchup, you're doing your job, then you look bot lane and you see your team is losing really hard. There's not a lot you can do to actually swap their fate except keep to mental, play to your reference points, and try to survive. However, if you have a winning matchup and you dominate lane, you can completely smash games and become a 1v9 raid boss that nobody knows how to deal with. If you are a Riven or a Fiora or a Camille late game, you can just destroy enemy teams all on your own. In second place, I'm going to have mid lane. Mid lane still has an incredible amount of impact. Your quest is really strong. Free upgraded boots is upwards of 500 gold value, maybe more, which means you spike earlier than any other role. At the first few dragon fights, you will have the most impact. It doesn't matter if your bot lane's slightly behind, if you're like a level 9 Ahri that's really strong, that's snowballed lane. Mid lane still has a ton of impact over the map. You can roam. There's so much you can do with mid lane to, 1v9 games. The role with the most impact is still jungle number 1. It didn't really get nerfed in the new season. Other roles just got buffed, but jungle is so strong because you are the sole character that can determine every single lane with no caveats. Mid lane has to worry about their farm. Support has to worry about their ADC getting dove. Jungle, you don't have to worry about any of that. The world is your oyster. Invade, dive, full clear, scale, gank early. You have all these options available to you, which makes it a very high skill ceiling role, but a very rewarding role, which has a shit ton of impact.